Okay, the recording is on. Okay. Today's session would be mostly focused on discussion about artificial general intelligence and how the future of the software will look like. So this is not anything related to programming or anything. This is about some theoretical discussion about the current trends and how it is going to reshape the future. Actually, I started a little bit of analysis on artificial general intelligence. So there only then I got to know more about how the intelligence, the artificial form of intelligence has evolved, and how is it progressing and where is it going. So actually, I published several articles in my blog. So I'm going to talk about few articles and future predictions. Actually, there is no proper definition for intelligence itself because it is very strange thing that we cannot confine within limited boundaries that we can define. Intelligence is something peculiar which keeps changing its form, keeps changing its behavior, and becomes unpredictable and which we cannot bind within some definition walls. But in the context of AI, if we will just see how artificial intelligence has evolved. Actually, the intelligence has been there even before the introduction of computers. In my opinion, if you see in your home, there are many artificial intelligence instruments already working without the need of any digital computer. One very simple example that I could think of is thermostat. In your geyser, thermostat continuously monitors the temperature and it switches off power supply whenever it reaches some temperature, specified temperature point. In your iron box also you can see, but there is no digital computer involved, but it still exhibits intelligence. So we can think of it like a analog computer, or we can think of it like a analog intelligence device. So it is exhibiting some form of intelligence and it is analog in nature. What happened in the last some 50 to 60 years is we have invented many instruments which exhibit intelligence using a digital form of computer. That is the only difference. From quite long ago, humans have been using artificial intelligent agents which are actually using analog form of computers. I can give you several examples like landmine. Landmine would be sitting there just waiting for a target to pass over and it just gets triggered after the whenever it detects the target. So that is a form of intelligence. So there are many intelligent agents, but if you take any analog intelligent agents that I have described till now, they all form under one simple category, rule based agents. So they just follow a simple pre programmed rule. And the very important thing is if they live in an environment, they continuously observe the environment and they just react to the environmental impulses. They don't understand what is happening. They they can't program themselves. They can't enhance themselves. They don't have, most importantly, they don't have memory. They don't have autonomous ability to make themselves better, or they don't have any autonomous ability to program themselves. That is a striking difference between a very basic artificial intelligence unit and the current artificial intelligent agents. And that is very simple form of rule based agent. All our digital computers are currently nothing but a rule based agents using digital computers. And here, if you take a thermostat and your any application that you are running on a smartphone or running on a server, there is no difference actually in the form of functionality. They observe the environment, they react to impulses, and they have some pre-programmed rules that are set by humans, and they just follow the instructions. Most important similarity is they can't program themselves, they can't learn from their past mistakes, they can't make themselves better, they can't pursue a goal. Suppose today you have an ERP software running your manufacturing business or supply chain business, or you have a banking software. That banking software, even though it is running on advanced cloud machines and advanced supercomputers, it doesn't have the basic ability to detect fraud. It can't autonomously determine whether to issue a loan or not. It can't uh, predict what will be your future spending, whether to issue a credit card or not. So it cannot take any decisions on its own. It entirely relies on human programming. So in fact, it is just a advanced version of analog computer agents, but slightly better in nature. But only advantage here is they have multiple capabilities, and most importantly, they can be reprogrammed again and again by a human. So that is something we can call as software 1.0. And now the next trend is software 2.0. In software 2.0, we are going to have intelligent systems, which we can categorize as artificial intelligence agents or AI agents. So here the main difference between an AI agent and a basic reflex agent or a rule-based agent is an AI agent has more autonomy, and in it continuously observes the environment just like a rule-based agent, and it also reacts, but not based on a pre-programmed rigid rules that cannot be updated, that cannot be that cannot be made modified like in basic reflex agent. Here in this artificial agents, it has a mind of its own, and it can think, it can decide, it can pursue a goal, and do it can act like a human being. That is artificial agent. And the current industry trend is building such a machine. And now to build such a machine, we already have the sensors, we already have the actuators to respond to the environment. Only thing that was lagging is an ability to think, an ability to respond to an environment, think, decide, and program itself. So that ability we have now with the introduction of reasoning models and language models. Now What is a model here? A model is nothing but a mathematical representation or a mathematical machine of something, some biological machine. If you take a human being has multiple capabilities. A human being and a computer, if you compare, a computer excels in doing something repetitive in nature. If you save a set of instructions, it excels in repeating the same set of instructions millions and billions of time without getting tired at light speed and with same accuracy and with reliability and robustness compared to a human being. If you give the same set of instructions to a human being and ask him to repeat 100 times, he would fail miserably in from, and the accuracy will start reducing after the 10th iteration itself. But a computer becomes better and better as it keeps running the same instructions again and again. And where computer fails and where human excels is in a set of distinct abilities like speech, language, hearing, seeing, reasoning, thinking, imagining, creating works of art, creating content, writing stories. And if you take in a business organization, taking high value business decisions, running a business, dreaming, having a vision, pursuing a goal. So there are some distinct capabilities that a human has and where a computer lags. A computer is not capable of doing anything such that, because the current computer architecture is designed to just mindlessly repeat stored set of instructions. And now, only now and from last 2012, we have been making new computers that are capable of or on par with a human, which can perform human abilities. So so we are building models, mathematical models for human capabilities, language, speech, vision, reasoning, deep thinking, research. All these are some distinct human intelligence capabilities. We are building new models for each different kind of categories. A language model is a mathematical machine or something like a language model is a mathematical model actually using set of mathematical equations that we have built to mimic a human language ability. So here, what is a language model? In terms of artificial intelligence level, a language model would come under artificial narrow intelligence, because a language model can only simulate language. A language model cannot simulate speech. A language model cannot simulate hearing. So humans now are building new computers for each and every model, and each model would be capable of one distinct human ability. For language, we are building language model. For vision, we are building vision model. And for reasoning model. And for content creation, for each category, for video creation, video model, for image creation, diffusion models. And there are many more models that are currently being built. One such exciting model is physical model to just simulate motion. So if a kid when he is born, he doesn't know anything how to use his physical organs, how to walk, how to run, how to speak. He doesn't know, but he learns all the abilities one by one. Similarly, here now the computers are learning different abilities one by one. And the problem here is a model built for speech cannot hear. A model built for vision cannot speak. So here actually a ChatGPT was initially known as language model. Only it can simulate language. Now it is no longer, even though many people call it a language model, now all the what we know as chatbots like GPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, none of these are no longer language models. Because I will just show you one simple example. Okay, let us ask Grok itself. Are you a basic language model or more than that? What do I call you? See, it is clearly telling I am not your basic language model. I am Grok 3 built by. Actually, what these chatbots are now, they are mimicking human ability. They are, we can say that they are multi-modal chatbots. Because now, if it is a language model, if you ask a question, it should only respond in natural language and nothing more than that. But now these chatbots can access web, can get latest information from web, and they can summarize the content. They can do sentiment analysis. Here there is the option to attach upload files. You can upload PDF, Word, or any kind of file. It can open that file, it can read, and then it can summarize the content. See, I have shared some of the images here. See, if I just share this image, it is gonna read this image and it will summarize, or if I can ask any question to it. So actually I try to understand what is happening under the hood. What is happening is they have built an agent on top of all these models. Now the Grok has a language model, a vision model. See, think it is a model. Deep research, it is a model. And it in they are actually adding more models to it. Deep think, deep reason, like they are adding different models. Capable, each model is capable of distinct capabilities. And on top of all these models, they have an orchestration layer. So when I ask it when I give it a screenshot and ask a question from that screenshot, the orchestrating agent understands what to do. The first thing that it would do is it is gonna take the image and send it to a vision model, and then it is gonna take the output of vision model, and then it formulates a detailed question using the vision model output and the user text input, and then it is gonna send that combined question to a reasoning model. and then finally it sends it to language model. So it orchestrates different models and finally gets an answer to the user. So it actually, like a human being uses his different abilities, hearing, speech. When you are driving a car, you are using your vision, you are using your ears, you are using your muscles to control the steering, you are using your past experience, how to drive, which gear to put, when to use brake, when to use accelerator. You are using your past experience. So in the similar way, now these chatbots are no longer language models. They have evolved far beyond that. And they are going towards something called artificial general intelligence. Now, what is a chat GPT? We can call it as an artificial narrow intelligence because it is acquiring some of the capabilities of a human being: vision, speech, language, reasoning, and it also has some of the knowledge that a human has, like it knows physics, mathematics, programming, and many other subjects like a human being. And but the problem is now it is just focused on giving some text replies, something like that. It did not acquire all the capabilities of a human, but in many areas it excels for human capabilities far beyond. Like if you take programming, they excel human capability in many different areas, but you still cannot call it as artificial general intelligence. So actually all the organizations are pouring billions of dollars and big industry experts are betting that by 2030 there will be an artificial general intelligence model. So what is AGI? An AGI would not use an orchestrator agent like ANI. Now the orchestrator agent architecture, whatever we are using, it is not intelligent by default. It is following a rule-based architecture. Suppose if it encounters a different new situation that it has never seen before, the orchestrating agent would fail. And even though it has different models which outperform a human being, it fails at some very simple scenarios because it is a rule based agent, orchestrating agent, and it is using one model for one task. Like for vision it is using one, for language it is using one model, like that. But artificial general intelligence, it will be it would be using one model, one mathematical model capable of vision, language, motion. Like a human being, it can run. If you put in a small remote control car, so it will be autonomously able to operate the motors, wheels, and it can go anywhere. If you put it in a some aeroplane, it will be autonomously able to fly the aeroplane. If you install it in a motorcycle, it will be able to drive that. If you install it in a humanoid robot, it will be able to drive that. So it will be capable of many. If you, it will be just a pure intelligence, ability to use any machine, any kind of. It will be capable of using any kind of sensory organs, any kind of activator organs. It will be with single mathematical model, it will be able to see, hear, speak, move, reason, think, innovate, create art, create music. So it will be like amazing. And that is what industry is focusing on now. So it will be with AGI, they are betting big, very big, and the complete rule based IT agents, whatever we are using, the ERP softwares we are using in our daily life also, we are using multiple apps. We are using one app to build bus tickets, one application to build flight tickets, one application to check weather updates, one application to check office emails, one application to check personal emails. So many different applications for each and every category, which we can call as artificial narrow intelligence. So what is artificial general intelligence? You will have a blank screen, one single application, AGI. So it will be capable of all applications in with just one model. Now, if you take a business organization, in terms of business organization, if you just take an example of ERP, enterprise resource planning, if you take a manufacturing industry, you you need a software to manage warehouse. You need a software to manage shop floor where actual work happens in the assembly line. You need another software for planning, one software for procurement, one application for transportation, one application for managing finance, one application for managing orders, customer one for customer orders, one for purchase orders. So if you take any business organization right now, the organization is using hundreds of applications for managing its operations. In each area, they have one different distinct application. So, what industry experts are imagining is with AGI, it will be just one pure abstract intelligence. So, you will not be having a database, you will not be having any programming language, you will not have any user interface, because there won't be any users left to interface interact with the AGI. Suppose you have a car manufacturing company now, there will be some thousands of people working in the assembly line, in the shop floor, warehouse, finance, admin, business managers taking decisions, salespeople. So in future, what how it would look like? It will be just one pure intelligence, and the just only one person owning that business, one person company. AGI, there won't be any user interface also. AGI would be autonomously running the entire business end to end. There won't be any application running. It will be just one single abstract intelligence. It will have a vision. Many robots will be working like a workers, and all the robots will be orchestrated and meticulously controlled by AGI. AGI will plan the warehouse operations, where to store what, when to bring what, when to build a car, what are the materials needed, from which warehouse to bring, so which material to transport to which plant. So it will plan reason, and it will deliver final product. There won't be any manual intervention. So it will be doing everything from end to end. And what would the business person do? He would be just investing money, and he would be just monitoring the AGI. And it keeps improving itself. It gets better and better, unlike the current human workforce. which is not getting better and better day by day. So that is what artificial general intelligence is. What is artificial super intelligence? Super intelligence would surpass the human abilities. General intelligence matches human abilities. Super intelligence would surpass human abilities, and it will be instantaneously, it will be starting new companies, new businesses, rolling out new products. It would rival with all the tech giants, all the manufacturing giants. It would be bringing new products. It will be like unimaginable artificial super intelligence. Okay, this is what I have read and did research in last week and understood. So you can ask me if you have any questions. I don't. I did you follow the class?
Yeah, I followed the class, Sajay. Thank you very much for that. But I have a quick
Okay.
question regarding
Yes. Yes.
how if you train an AI model, for example, with
Hmm.
the data we acquired from data sets, let's say a 10% or a 20% of data, but
Yes.
down the line we came to know that that particular data which we trained is completely wrong after, like I asked this question earlier to you as well. Now you're saying that this AI model or ANI model, narrow intelligence and everything, will be surpassing human capabilities like super AI.
Yes. Yes.
How can they
Yes.
unlearn the stuff quickly and learn the new stuff? Like, for example, they might have written rules based on the data which we provided, only to realize that after a couple of years, the data which you provide is entirely wrong. So you need to start from the beginning. So how can it flip the switch and learn from the experience?
So that is
Would it
where
be
there are techniques reinforcement learning, self reflection.
okay?
So that is where the concept comes. Actually, what the model supposed to do is, so if you give a pattern,
Hmm.
so basic it will the current models are acting like a rule based agents.
Okay.
So instead of we write the program, they learn the pattern themselves based on the
Okay.
data. And when you give some new inputs, and if they fail, and if they fail to achieve the quality standard, they can't reprogram themselves, though they are still acting like a rule based agents. So what is going on, the next version is reinforcement learning agent. So the reinforcement learning agent would be it continuously reflects on its previous results. So
Okay.
I
So it's
have
gonna keep a
uh,
subset of data. Say, okay, I learned this
yes,
thing from this.
self reflection. So
Yeah, that makes
see,
sense.
you have given me training. Suppose you have given me training how to make coffee.
Mm,
So I have exactly followed your instructions. I made a coffee and I have given to somebody.
mm,
So if I am a rule based agent, I
mm-hmm.
don't care about his feedback. I would be
Okay.
repetitively following, making the exact product again and again. So if I am a reinforcement learning based agent, I would be taking the feedback from user, and
Mm-hmm.
I will be making adjustments in my recipe
Mm-hmm.
to make myself better and better without any new training.
Okay.
So that is what future reinforcement learning agents, self reflection agents. So so I would be asking feedback. So based on the feedback, I would be reflecting what went good, what did not go good. So based on that, I would be making myself better and better.
So I think at this one point, if this is the phase which is going to, what exactly humans will do after 5 or 10 years? They should have some kind of job to support these things, right? Yes, they are doing all kind of jobs from A to Z. Then there should be some kind of human element. I know, obviously, when things go beyond the control, there should be something to say, okay, this is quantifiable or this is not quantifiable, or at least to take a pragmatic approach to understand how we are going towards it. So what do you, in your personal opinion, what do you think is the scope of human apart from
Actually,
managing this?
this is a big debate that is going in the community, and there is a lot of work that is being done. I heard one company has done some research also. They they have come up with a universal basic income concept. You can search and find more information on this, because it is actually, I am not focusing on this area because it is beyond our scope.
Yeah, I know.
So people are imagining that everybody will get some basic income.
Yep.
And you have to spend it like ration. So
It's kind of
no
amazing.
matter whether you work or not, you will be getting some basic amount of food. That is ration, right?
Yep.
To just survive, something like that people are thinking. But there will be a lot of employment. But what I personally thought, reflected and thought that, like, if you go back 100 years and see what happened with industrial revolution, people thought that we will be jobless.
Mm-hmm.
So suppose if you just take any product that you are using, take your car, go back 100 years, and more, if 100 people worked for manufacturing that car now, it would be like 10,000 people some 100 years back.
Yeah.
So 9,900 people have lost the jobs. So what actually happened? We have, why there is a sudden population explosion? Why there are so many business organizations? Why there is a lot of commerce trade is going on? Why are we producing so many items, so many products, so many services? Just because of automation. So what is going to happen with AGI AI? We are going to expand and invade human Earth, maybe other planets also. That is what people are thinking. There would be more and more products, more and more services, more business organizations. Suppose if you take a car now, if you take Audi car, actually it has taken more than 50 years for the company to bring a product, something like that. Tomorrow, in just 1 month, a new business organization would be able to build and deliver something of same kind of product.
Yeah, completely understand. I think there will be repercussions, but we need to be ready for that.
Yes. How the economy will go, that is a different question. That is a very big topic and very deep question.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much, Ajay, for sharing this
Okay, okay.
insight.
Thank you.
I need to drop off now, but it's nice
Okay,
to
okay.
meet
I am also done. I am
you. Thank
stopping
you.
there.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay,
Ajay. It was a great
okay.
session, man.
Okay, thank you.
హలో అజయ్ అన్న
ఫ్రెండ్ చెప్పు.
నేను మీకు మెసేజ్ పెట్టాను చూడు వాట్సాప్. So you want to log in and do a test call there.
Use the schedule team call. Oh, Office 365 works. Okay, okay. ఓకే. ఇది లాగ్ ఆఫ్ చేసి అందులో ట్రై చేస్తా.
యా అక్కడ పెట్టు ఊరనే టెస్ట్ అని.
ఓకే.
రికార్డ్ అయ్యి, అంటే నేను ఆల్రెడీ ఒక టెస్ట్ చేశాను. వన్ డ్రైవ్ నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. బట్ యూ ఆల్సో షేర్. బట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఐ గాట్ ఫ్రమ్ లైక్ ఫ్రమ్ బ్లాక్ మార్కెట్ టైప్. ఓకే.
ఓకే.
Okay, we don't know when this one will go off. Okay, so better to download the video also one and then put in your person.
ఓకే, ఓకే. ఓకే ఫ్రెండ్.
అర్థమైంది కదా?
ఓకే, అర్థం. ట్రై చేస్తాను.
అదే
Okay,
నేను
okay,
ఒక
I'm
2
dropping
పౌండ్స్
it.
పెట్టి కొన్నాను.
ఓకే.
ఒక 2 పౌండ్స్ పెట్టి 1 ఇయర్ అన్నాడు, లేదా లైఫ్ టైమ్ అంటున్నాడు వాడు. లాగిన్ డీటెయిల్స్ పెట్టాడు.
అవునా?
మనం
సరే.
చెక్ చేద్దాం అంటే చెక్ చేద్దాం. ఓకే.
ఓకే, ఇప్పుడే లాగిన్ చెక్ చేద్దాం అయితే.
చెక్ చేసుకో.
సరే ఫ్రెండ్. బై.